Good morning, students of class 10. Welcome back to the e-classes. We'll continue our lessons. I hope you are staying safe at home and studying regularly. Let's continue. This is the last portion of the two stories of us about flying. First part. This is the last portion. We'll be doing part 2 in our next class. Now we'll continue our lesson. The first flight. We know that we were discussing about, or we are talking about, the young seagull. He was maddened by the sight of the fish or the food which was held in the beak of his mother, and he dived at the food, at the fish, and he fell down. But for a few seconds, for a minute, his wings opened up, spread, and he flapped his wings and he was no more falling. So that was his first flight. Now we'll continue with these 5, 6, 7 points. Short are there. The young seagull was flying over the vast green sea. Now he is flying just over the green sea, and he could see the small waves on the surface of the sea. He saw his family members landing on this green flooring. Green flooring means the green surface of the sea. Ahead of him, ahead means in front. He saw his family members, his brothers, sisters, father, mother, his parents. They were landing on the surface, green surface, that is the sea surface. Ahead of him. They were showing him, they were guiding him, showing him how to land on the water. They were showing him how to land on the surface of the deep sea. So his family members, they landed first, and they were showing him how to land on the water, so that he will do the same. He dropped his legs. That was his first time. So he dropped his legs to stand on the green sea. He took out his leg and he dropped his legs to stand on the green sea, but his legs sank into the water. That was not a solid surface. So it's the surface of the water. So his legs sank inside. And he screamed with fear. He screamed with fear and attempted to fly. He screamed with fear and he tried to fly. But he was so much exhausted, tired, and he was hungry as well, so that he could not fly from the surface. He was terrified. But his belly means stomach, his belly touched the water and he sank no further. When his leg sank into the water, his belly or the stomach touched the water and he sank no further. He began to float. Now he was floating. He was not sinking, he was floating. His family members were praising him and offering him food. Now he knew. That means on the surface of the water, he cannot sink, he will float. So his family members were praising him and offering him food. They were making a lot of noise. Number 7, he had made his first flight. He made his first flight after overcoming the fear. So fear is the drawback, that once we are afraid of doing anything, that always, the fear always pulls us back. It's our drawback. So we should always overcome fear and move forward. So this is the lesson we have learned from here. If you are afraid, you cannot do anything. You should overcome your fear and you will conquer whatever you have desired, or you will achieve whatever you wanted. So this is the story of the first flight, about the seagull. When he was so afraid he could not fly, he was so afraid that he thought that his small wings will not support him, he will fall down on the down below in the sea, deep blue sea, and he will die. So his family members taunted him, his parents threatened him. So ultimately nothing worked. At the last moment, his mother brought him the food and she stopped in the air, in the middle of the air, and he dived at the food, and that is the point where he fell down, and at first he was so much terrified. Then his wings, automatically his wings spread out and he began to fly. So that is the story of the first flight. In our next class we'll be doing the part 2. Two stories of flying, part 2 about the black aeroplane. We will do in our next class. That's all for today. Thank you for watching the video. Stay safe at home, do your regular studies, and we'll meet in the next class. Thank you very much.